Have you ever had problems trying to figure somebody out, including yourself, including yourself? Maybe your boss, maybe your kid, maybe your lover, maybe your best friend, maybe your parents. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to give you some techniques today so that you can learn very simply what could be the problem, what could be a solution as well. Now, once you understand this concept, once you get it, you will never be able to unsee it. It will always stick with you. It will always stay with you. And every time a circumstance comes up, you're going to go, oh, that's what Sid was talking about. That's what this type of person is. Now, I'm not saying anything's wrong with the people. That's not what we're here to do today. I'm just here to explain the difference between human beings. Okay? Now, there's types of humans out there. They are born in this nature and they cannot leave this nature. They don't advance to a different place. That's the rule. Okay. So every time you think you can change this other person or change yourself, it's not going to happen. It will never happen. They're governed by this law. They're governed by these actions. They're governed by these thoughts. Okay. So the first type of person is the person that thinks and behaves with the intention of I. So they use the word I in their brain a lot. Me, what's in it for me, and you. You're over there. I, me, you. Okay. The second type of person thinks and behaves in the terms of we, us, our. We, meaning together. Us, our family. Okay. There's no separation there. Now, just to describe the characteristics of an I, me, you person is they absolutely have not a full ability to be able to desire deep intimacy. They're independent, not independent because they must be or because they're good at something, independent because they have to disconnect. It's uncomfortable for them to always stay connected. You'll see workaholics, or usually, not always, but usually I, me, you people. So an I, me, you person will think in the terms, well, if you say, what are you doing tonight? Well, I'm doing this. What are you doing? See, there's a separation. I'm thinking about myself, and you're going to tell me what you're going to do because I'm expecting you to think of yourself also. Okay. Now, I can invite you somewhere. You can invite me somewhere. We can go together, or I'll meet you there. See how the conversation works? Now, in an intimate side note, have you ever had a spouse or a lover, whatever that was very deeply intimate for a moment and then got up and left the room or rolled over like nothing happened? They separate because they can't handle the emotional connection, that intimate connection. They don't desire it. Making love is a function. Sorry, that sounds kind of brutal, but making love is a function. And they don't like needy people. They don't like it. They don't like a relationship that demands them to be closer, that demands their time, demands them to always, always, always be there. Now, that doesn't mean they're hard. It doesn't mean that they're cold. It doesn't mean that they're a jerk. It means that they're taking care of themselves and they expect you to take care of you. When you come to them expecting taken care of, they're overwhelmed. They don't like it. They will say, well, what are you going to do about that? That's what they'll say to you. They won't even think in their mind of, well, I should probably really help that person. They'll say, well, I would advise you to do this. I'd advise you to do that in that situation. That can be your boss. It can be your child. It can be your parent. It can be anybody. I promise you. Okay. Now, let's talk about we, us, our people. We people love connection. They love intimacy. They love being together. They love communication. They want to touch. They want to hold. They want to feel. They think of us as an us. They don't like being alone. They can be, but they would prefer not to be. They want their children close. They live for their children. They live for their families. They live for their spouse. They live in this need of community, of being connected. They're the ones that want to be connected with a big group of friends, small groups of friends. Let's all go out here. Hey, everybody come to my house. It's always a gathering. They're very rarely alone. And if they are alone, they're usually going to meet somebody or more people. When they're intimate, they seek connection. They want a long-term moment. They seek touch. They seek intimacy. They want to get deeper. They dive deeper. They'll expose all of their emotion, all of what they want, all of their desires, but they want you to do it too. So it's about connection. Now, it's very easy to see the difference with people really quickly when I say that. Are you an I, me, you person? Or are you a we, us, our person? What is your best friend? What's your mom? What's your dad? What's your son? What's your boss? Doesn't matter. Now, we, us, our people always will put somebody else and the connection first, above themselves, because they don't think of it as an I or a me or you. They think of it as, if I put more into this, we will be stronger. If we together work together, we will have a better relationship. We can come through anything. We can go through every obstacle. We will remain close. We might have some arguments, but we're the first people to say, we're sorry. I love this relationship. I want more. And I messed up. Please forgive me. It's connection. That's all they seek. Now, here comes the duality and the problem. Because a we, us, our person will always sacrifice. That's what they do. They sacrifice. When they get with an I, me, you person, they believe in the beginning of this relationship that the I, me, you person is stable. Stable. Not a lot of emotion, very direct, very grounded, very stable. So we, as our people, have a tendency to think that the I, me, you person is stable. So what they'll do is they'll go into a relationship of some kind with the I, me, you person, sacrificing all the time, trying to get closer, trying to have more of a connection, trying to have long conversations. Okay? What happens then? They're not going to get that connection back. We're not talking about love. We're talking about connection, conversation, deep intimacy, playing board games at the dinner table, cooking together, eating together, going out together. That won't happen here. So we, as our people, because they're so adaptable, they get with an I, me, you person, and all they do is give and give and give and give, but they don't get anything back in return. They feel empty. They feel like all they do is sacrifice, and they always feel alone. There's nothing worse than when you're with somebody and you feel all alone, or you're out in a crowd and you feel all alone. So, because we as our people are so adaptable, because they are, because it's about the group, it's about us, it's about our togetherness. They don't think about themselves until it's too late. Then they go to the you person and say, I've given so much, I've worked so hard on this project for everybody, and don't I get a raise? And the you person goes, for what? I'm not trying to sound that they're cold. They just don't understand it. They just go, well, no, you did a good job. You did a good job. I run this company. You work for me. So when an IMU person is threatened or overwhelmed, they check out even more. They don't want the argument because they can't understand why you're so clingy and needy and what it is that they're doing wrong and how come you have to have more and more and more and more and more things that they can't give because they don't possess it. They don't possess it. It's not about want. They might want to give you what you desire, but they don't have it to give you. They don't have it. They don't possess it. You can say, hey, man, I need a quarter so we can go get a popsicle. And they'll go, I don't have a quarter. That's what it's like. I don't possess a quarter. You'll have to find somebody else to get you the money so that you can go get a popsicle. See how they deflect? They put it right back on you. I don't have that. You have to take care of yourself. Okay? That can make a good parent. Makes the children responsible. Makes the children strive. Makes the children earn their keep. Are they going to get daddy-daughter dances? Probably not. Probably not. But that's okay. So when an IMEU person gets with another IMEU person, it works fabulously. Absolutely fabulously. Because they both understand the need for space. They both understand their need for solitude. They both understand that you're doing your thing over there. I'm doing my thing over here. While you're out in the garage working on your cars, I'm going to sit in here and read a book. I like my books. And you like your cars. I don't want to go out in the garage with you while you're working on the cars. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me read my book. The most fantastic relationships I've ever seen are some of those. IMEU people with IMEU people. They fit, they match, they understand. They don't demand more than what they're offering. They understand the space because they feel it for themselves. I'm out. I'm going to the grocery store. I'll see you later. Bye. All right, bye. It's that simple. They have an understanding. So nobody feels pressured. Nobody gets their feelings hurt. IMEU people hurt our people's feelings all the time. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They just want you to quit doing what you're doing. But your feelings are going to get hurt every time. Every single time. Okay? Now, here's the second problem. When we as our person gets with an IMEU person, they start changing. They start pretending and make believing that they're independent. I don't need that. It's okay. I can cook dinner by myself. They start denying their own truth. They say, yeah, I'm independent. I can live alone. I'm fine. But is that their truth? No. But they start acting like an IMEU person. They'll go out and get a job. They'll go out and do more. They'll try to become more independent. Independent. They might even sleep in another room. They'll try not to call their kids every week. They'll stop going to the soccer game. They pretend to be independent because an I, me, you person is required to have independence. It's a requirement. It's not an option. They don't have it in them. So that's why when I ask you, are you an I, me, you person, or are you a we, us, our person? Because a lot of we, us, our people have been with I, me, you people, and they've had to force themselves to change. Excuse me. They've had to force themselves to pretend to be independent. And they might do pretty good. They might. But that's not their true nature. It's not your true nature. Your true nature is you really desire closeness. You really desire hand holding and hugging and going to the movies together, hanging out with your best friend on the porch. Okay? Now, when we get we, us, our people with we, us, our people, another fantastic relationship. Because we, as our people, are always looking for what we're going to do next. What are we doing tonight for dinner? Well, I was thinking we should do this. Okay, well, then I'll pick up this on the way home and then we'll make dinner together tonight. Great. What are the kids doing? The kids have got this and this and this. So as soon as I get back from the grocery store, we'll go watch the kids for a while and then we'll all come back and eat dinner. And then we can all watch movies or we'll all do homework. We, us, our family, our home, our children, our love. We as our people blossom with we as our people. They're not codependent. They just need deeper. They need more. They require connection. And the most connection that you could possibly give them, they want more. It's a togetherness. Some people that have been married for years and years and years and fantastic relationships, they're either both I, me, you people, or they're both we, us, our people. And it's not even a conversation that they have to have. It's an understanding. It's an unspoken understanding. And in the unspoken understanding lies the truth. Lies the truth. Without that understanding creates argument. And it will create argument every time. Every single time. I don't know how many people as adults, they still can't forgive their parents. They can't forgive their parents. Look at your parents and see which one you are and which one you wanted your parents to be, and they weren't. Not because they had to, because that's who they are. And once you can understand that, you can forgive them and you can forgive yourself for this expectation. This expectation. I don't want to hold your hand. Get down. Why are you bothering me? I'm working. That's an I, me, you person. We just are like, no, I need on your lap, Daddy. I need on your lap. No, get down. Go play with your brother. See? It's not that they're cold. They might take a couple minutes out of their day, maybe an hour, spend some time. But that's about the most you're going to get. It's about the most you're going to get. Why bring home all the money? I thought you were supposed to take care of the kids. You love being with the kids. I always have to discipline them. Okay. So you people out there, they're single. They're single and looking for a relationship. That's your key. That's your key. It's not all this soulmate stuff, not all this twin soul stuff. That's not what we're talking about. That will be another subject. I'm talking about innate nature of human beings. I, me, you, we, us, our. So if you're on a dating site, ask those questions. Do you like doing things together? Or do you find yourself an independent person? It doesn't matter which one you are, because you match with the same people. It's kind of like giraffes match giraffes and rhinoceroses match rhinoceroses. That doesn't mean opposites can't attract. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a dynamic that's so blatant and so obvious that the next time that you decide to look at who you are first, own it. Own who you are. And stop feeling guilty about it and stop making up that you're doing something wrong. Why am I must be too clingy. Or I must be too desensitive, insensitive. Must be. And making yourself feel bad about it. If you like people, like being around them, find somebody who likes people and likes being around them, likes to go and do things together all the time. If you're an I person, stick with yourself, find another I person. Maybe you guys can do computers. One person in the computer in one room and one person in the computer in another room. You have something to talk about, at least. That's simple. Don't make it more difficult than what it is. Find who you match with. Are you a giraffe or are you a rhinoceros? Stop arguing your truth. We talk about it all the time. The authentic self of someone. And this is also the authentic self of somebody. It is. Because it can't change. You can't even hide it. You can pretend to hide it, but it comes out, I promise you. Be authentic, allow it, own it, and find people that match you. And forgive your boss if he's different or she's different than you are. And take a good look at your parents. Take a good look at your spouse. Look at your kids. Look at your friends. Look at the community. Sometimes communities can be I, me, you. Everybody stays in their home. Nobody talks to anybody. They're all walking. New York City, everybody's walking. No one's talking to each other. None. They don't say hi. They just walk by each other. But they really crave a rooftop party. Or they try to find friends. Or they really just like walking down the street alone. Your authentic truth in this one. Know that if you're with the other type of person, there will always be an uncomfortableness underneath. There will. And then you can choose to either stay in it or you can choose to move on and find who you truly, really are. Think of your authentic self. Do some work with this one. Hope this helps you on your journey, of course. Much love. Many blessings. I, me, you, we, us, our people. Love you.